The Splinterlands team has been absolutely delivering these past couple months. They have been giving us new features, new skins, new cosmetics, all of these things that make the game fun and exciting. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about Dragon's Feast, which is this exciting kind of holiday celebration that Splinterlands has planned for this season. So with that being said, let's go ahead, let's jump right into this article. It was posted on Peak D a couple days ago, and basically what it's talking about is all of these kind of fun, festive things that the team has for kind of the Thanksgiving season. So I'm not going to cover everything in the article. It's online, you can read it yourself, but I do want to cover a few of the things that really stood out to me. Now, the first thing that I wanted to point out is that as with the Halloween celebration or the harvest celebration, I can't remember exactly what they called it, but as with the Halloween celebration, they are going to be giving us skins that we can purchase in the Glint shop. So skins are a cosmetic item. Again, they don't increase the power of your cards or anything like that. And it's kind of really subjective, right? So like either you like the skins or you don't. That being said, I do think these skins do a very good job kind of reflecting Thanksgiving, harvest celebration, right? Like all of those things. Like me personally, I probably won't get them just because, you know, I play in bronze and silver. I don't have a ton of glint. But I do think they do a really good job of kind of embodying the theme of the season. Now, what I really, really want to talk about, we'll talk about the rule set because that's cool. They are coming up with the Dragon Breath rule set, and this is pretty interesting, right? Whenever a unit is hit with a magic or ranged attack, it receives the burning effect, right? So you get hit with a magic attack, you get the burning effect, right? Which is going to damage you, but it also has the possibility of spreading to adjacent units, right? So this has been really interesting to try out when I'm doing my battles, right? Because normally what I like to do, I like to focus my firepower, right? I like to have units that pour all available damage onto the opponent's first position unit, right? But I've kind of been switching things up, right? Like I don't really like a lot of sneak or snipe or things like that. But now I want to spread out my Dragonfire damage, right? So instead of just hitting that first unit and then it spreads to the second, then the third, if I can hit the first unit, then maybe the middle unit, then the last unit, right? That increases how quickly all of these units are taking additional health damage per turn, right? So that's been really interesting to think through from a strategy standpoint. But this is what I really want to talk about. This is why I'm making the video, because I mean, skins, rule sets, like those things are cool, but new cards, like I'm a collector, I'm a player, that is what I'm here for. So I do want to take a look at some of these cards, and I know the text is kind of small. So first one, number one in my book is Shadowcomb Dusk Rose. This is an elf, right? You know elves are my favorite. You know I love playing with my elf deck. Like almost every week when we do the Splinterlands social media challenge, I am talking about elves. So the one thing I don't really like about my elf deck as it currently stands is I don't really have a strong first position tank, right? There is one melee elf, but I think it only has, you know, where I play in silver and bronze, it's only a 4-mana unit, right? So it's not a real powerhouse tank for something like a high mana rule set, right? But Shadowcomb Dusk Rose is really going to fill that hole in my roster because this is an 8 mana unit, even at level 1, right? So again, like I said, I play in bronze and silver. If I could get this up to level 3, right, that would be 3 melee damage, 1 speed, 7 health, right? Like that's a pretty decent tank, again, for the bronze and silver level. Now, obviously, if you get it up to gold, diamond, champ, it's going to get even stronger. But what I'm hoping is that since this is a common card, that I'll have a decent chance of at least picking up a few copies of it. So that is my favorite. You know, like I said, I love the elves, but I do want to give a little shout out to some of these other ones. So let's see what we've got here. Runic Keeper. This is an orc. Check this out. 5 mana, 3 magic damage. It's got the Void ability. Again, Void is super strong. If you're playing in a definitely if you're playing in a magic only rule set, but even if you're playing in a normal rule set, right? Like you see people so much, they're using magic, magic, magic. That's really powerful. We've got here the Busy Beaver. Again, now, I realize that each of these cards have their use case, right? And if I'm kind of breezing over some of them, it's not because I don't think they're cool. It's not because I don't think they're not amazing. It's just like everyone has a preference, right? The Beaver card, I don't really love melee monsters, right? Melee units. Melee units, they're just not my thing, right? I like magic monsters and I like elves. So the Beaver, it's there. I'm sure it's cool. I do think this combination of protect, right? So giving all units armor, but then simultaneously being able to repair armor, right? Combining these two abilities on the same card, that's an absolute powerhouse. I don't know how much I'll use it because again, I don't really play at a level where that card would have both of those abilities, but I do think it's a really strong, really powerful card, and I've got to shout out, right? Like giving it the earth and water splinters, that is a great thematic win. Moving on, let's see what we've got here. This is going to be difficult to pronounce, and it's funny because I was watching After Sound's video, and he struggled as much as me to pronounce it, so I am going to give it my best shot. Let's go with Hurlfa. This is a Minotaur. It's a ranged unit. Again, it has the protect ability. It has the repair ability. And I want you to think through this, right? Like, this is life and water. This, the Beaver, is water and earth, right? So if you're playing Water Splinter right now, you can throw in two different units that both have the protect ability, that both have the repair ability. You're throwing 4 additional armor onto all your units and you're repairing that armor. That is a really strong combo. And then finally we have got Grix, which I do like these units that have multiple attack types, right? Because a lot of times you'll run into a match where it will be magic only or melee only, right? But if you're playing a melee only match and you're bringing units that also have a magic attack, that's really setting you up for success. So I do think this one is really cool. I would like to get at least one copy of it, but I mean, let's be honest, it's a legendary card. It's probably going to be pretty hard to come by, but I do think it is really strong. So just to wrap everything up, again, like I said, I probably breezed over some details. I probably missed some things, but I just wanted to conclude the video by saying how much I really appreciate that the Splinterlands team is really giving us things to be excited about, making it fun, you know, because I played Splinterlands back in the day and it was fun, it was exciting, but we didn't have all of these different things, right? I really love how the team is giving us all of these different options, and really, you know, I'm kind of at the point now where it's like, I am a bronze and silver player, right? I only make so much glint, and it's really exciting to have more things that I want in the game that I can't necessarily get, right? I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I was just sitting on glint and there was really nothing I was interested in buying, right? So I like that we have so many different options. I like that, you know, it's fun. It's exciting. As I heard someone say, the chase is real, right? So, anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know which of these cards are your favorite. As always, I appreciate you watching the video and I hope you have a super duper day.